5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
Preparing for a rally requires about a month and a half of planning with all the students. They divide up into different committees, break down the rally, such as activities, script writing, to balloon setup. So there's about 4 or 5 different committees that all work together and report back to the class on what they're working on to get the most effective rally as possible. The rally setup itself, we work on the posters for about 3 weeks. Getting all the designs ready on the transparencies, put onto the wall, put onto the posters, start inking. But the actual setup of itself, we get the night before. We work from about 7 p.m. till about 11 p.m. in the event center. Get all the balloons set up, all the signs hung from the basketball courts, and then we're there at about 5 in the morning, the next morning, the day of the rally, setting up all the balloons, making sure the heights of the balloons are the exact same. If they're not, we pull them down, we remeasure it, and get everything set up. So the themes is it's probably the hardest thing to come about because everybody has a different opinion on the themes. But we look online, we talk to other schools, we talk to other states. I contact the university where I used to work with student involvement, seeing the themes that they have and just kind of seeing what would fit best, what has sub-themes. When I say sub-themes, Monsters Inc. was a main theme, and then the sub-themes would be sororities and fraternities. In our last rally, we did Pate's on vacation last year, so we would do Hawaii or Europe, different areas under that for sub-themes. So finding a category that fits, that would be a fun sub-themes for all the classes to take on, but that usually takes about a week of discussion and debates, and I like this, I don't like this, so we try to get everyone's input to make sure it's a good theme with a lot of good sub-themes underneath it. So this year we're kind of going to go back and forth with doing it like a pep rally, which is a homecoming rally where there's a lot of cheering, a lot of competitions, a lot of points, and all that kind of stuff. And then we also do the type of rally where it's more of a theatrical performance when I talk with Mr. Misculin in his class and they write the script. So it's more of two characters reading a script and there's like a storyline to it, which we're going to do for our next rally. But as far as the script's concerned, we find either two teachers that are willing to do it that are more outgoing. Our last rally we had two students take it on, give students that opportunity to fill a different role in a rally and get that experience. Or this year we might have a student and a teacher run one of the theatrical performances with Mr. Misculin's class. So kind of see whoever fits the job best and gets that experience. So it's always someone different. So this year we're kind of going to go back and forth with doing it like a pep rally, which was a homecoming rally where there's a lot of cheering, a lot of competitions, a lot of points, and all that kind of stuff. And then we also do the type of rally where it's more of a theatrical performance when I talk with Mr. Misculin in his class and they write the script. So it's more of two characters reading a script and there's like a storyline to it, which we're going to do for our next rally. But as far as the script's concerned, we find either two teachers that are willing to do it that are more outgoing. Our last rally we had two students take it on, give students that opportunity to fill a different role in a rally and get that experience. Or this year we might have a student and a teacher run one of the theatrical performances with Mr. Misculin's class. So kind of see whoever fits the job best and gets that experience. So it's always someone different. You know, unfortunately, a lot of people view events as in like, oh, that's cool, that was fun, but they don't know what actually goes into setting up a rally or setting up a sporting event. But there's a lot of thought process behind it on what's going to be effective. Where should we put these balloons, these signs? Where should we put the student section? What should we give out to the student section? What can we advertise to get students to this event? We put a lot of our efforts towards advertising because there's no point in putting on an event if you can't have the involvement at the event. So there's a lot of collaboration, a lot of discussions, a lot of disagreeing, coming to a common ground and figuring out what's going to be most successful, not just for us in leadership, but for the whole school. The whole school is what's important. Qualify is just willing to learn, to be a leader, to be a stronger individual who's going to propel themselves to the next level. There's not actual qualifications to be in the class. But they've just really got to be willing to put the right foot forward and not be afraid to fail and learn from their failures and learn a lot of different things. Like I said, how to shake hands, how to interview, how to dress, eye contact, how to leave a tip, what's the difference between a credit card, debit card, just knowing those basics in life outside of high school. So.
Leadership because I really, people would always tell me that I had a lot of leadership aspects and I love guiding people and really getting involved with campus and just not in my group of friends, but I really like to bring what I have to the table and really show everybody what it is like to be a leader and to get people involved.
Heavily involved in leadership and in sports. So I was at Clovis West where I did all my leadership stuff and got involved as rally commissioner's athletic commissioner. But leadership, as they all say, leadership is life.
I think leadership affects the school in many ways. we really do strive to get the whole community of school, involved, and we really make an impact on, again, like getting everybody involved and getting them to come to those events and getting them to participate. Our big hashtag participate. Really like school involvement and making sure everybody has a smile on their faces and everybody. I learned a lot from leadership. I think how to work as a team and and that it is okay to ask for help, and it is okay to be a follower before you are a leader. I learned a lot from leadership. Yeah. Leadership is a big part of my school family. They are like leadership is my second home. They are very welcoming and they're very wholesome, and they really like let you in. So they're definitely a second family to me.
Got no complaints off the field. I like running on the field. It ain't got no divots and nothing like that. We're doing good. So all thing we're gonna do today is play football. And we can win.
Get that, Jamie, right down, baby. Get it right down.
Maylena has a 3.0 GPA. She's involved with Student Senate, and she would like to thank Mr. Peterson. 2015 Royal Court. First, with the King nominee, Kaleo is escorted tonight by his mother, Lucy. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaleo Asahi. Next up, Nico, Legends Dance Crew and Latin Moves. She plays volleyball, track and field, and lacrosse. She plans to go to college to pursue a career. Next up, Cassidy Goodbar, trained by her stepdad, David. Ladies and gentlemen, Cassidy Goodbar. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 homecoming king, Kaleo, for the 2015 year. All candidates, please report back to the big helmet for pictures.
You get loud for Legends Dance Crew!
This I know. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never
Legends is a dance crew that was created here on campus, and it is hip-hop, dancing, and we perform in rallies.
Our goal is to make sure that we are all in sync, that we're all on beat, and we get every dance learned before every rally. I've always wanted to learn how to dance, but my mom's the one that started. She just taught me how to do the wave, and then I watch videos and learn from them, and I just like to dance.
Legends is, we don't really criticize or specifically pick people. Legends, it's open for anybody. I mean, if you feel like you would like to express yourself in dancing, then you can definitely do that. So just whoever is interested in dancing and performing in rallies.
Freshman year, there was a lot of the special needs students dancing out in the quad, and people were over pointing and laughing at them. So I decided to go out there, and I just started dancing with them, and then we started a big old crowd. Almost the whole school gathered around the quad, and everybody just started dancing. Nobody was pointing and laughing, everybody was just cheering.
What made me want to do cheer was, as a middle schooler and an elementary schooler, going to all like the high school football games and like Fresno State's games, and just seeing the cheerleaders perform. And like I always wanted to do that because I thought it was really cool, and like that was the one thing that interested me the most about football games. And I always wanted to be a cheerleader. What I like about cheer is the feeling of performing and the feeling of like cheering on my team and being a part of like getting my team pumped and ready for a game. And I just love the feeling of like being in front of a whole crowd and like hitting every stunt and every move and dancing. It's like my favorite, and having a bond with the team. This year we just want to be better than the years before, because Hoover Cheer has had a bad reputation in the past of being like weak or little, and I just want to like make sure like Hoover Cheer have a better name, a better reputation, and I want us to like hit a full routine without dropping any stunts, without anything, and I just want it to be good and just like reinforce cheer of what it is here at Hoover. Cheer is a sport, honestly, because we're throwing them in the air and we're catching and we're doing all of this in one routine, and it's just a lot of physical like ability and like being able to be like athletic too. Like it's not just cheering and dancing, it's more of like having the momentum to throw a girl in the air and then run to a dance sequence and then throw some jumps, and I believe it's a sport, and it makes me very frustrated when people don't understand.
I teach physics here, and I also am the advisor to the astronomy club. We've been going strong for about 17 years now. The club has several telescopes, and we do star parties out here on one Friday night a month. It's a lot of fun. Come on out.
All right.
are the PTC, that stands for the Patriot Theater Company. So we do all the plays and all the improv shows, and so we just really want to get people to join and have fun and join our camaraderie.
Hello, this is Chinese Club. We're about multicultural aspects of the Chinese language and, of course, culture. We play games and everything, and the occasional puzzle in Miss Yen's room.
Oh, sorry. This is the Science Enrichment Club. We're the coolest and hippest science club on the entire campus.
With the really cool kids,
like him.
Not really.
And we get to learn cool science and teach it to little kids and make their lives better. Come hang out with us in room 209 on Thursday.
First question, okay. GSA stands for equality for everybody. No matter what their sexuality or race or gender is, it's equality for everybody.
What is GSA all about?
GSA is all about making friends and having a community that supports you no matter what decisions you make. As long as, you know, we're all friends.
GSA.
I joined GSA because I really love how it's so supportive for the LGBT community. It makes me feel that I'm accepted, and it makes all the other gay people, lesbian people feel accepted here, and I'm really glad. GSA has been at Hoover for about 5 or 6 years now.
I joined Chinese Club because it's an integrated part of who I am. I was born in China and raised in China for a while. So coming to America, it's nice to be able to stay in a club where everyone understands the culture and to be able to share my opinions and views of others. Well, I stayed in Chinese Club because the friendly and welcoming atmosphere that Chinese Club provides.
Anime Club is Japanese cartoons or manga. It can range from drama, action, thriller, suspense, anything. It's really, it's whatever you like. Watch it, read it. I mean, it's, draw it. It's just really, it's fun, you know. It's what we do for release. And Anime Club, we just help everybody come together as a family and share interests in anime.
Anime Club is important because it gives people like a release. They can all come together and talk about their interests in Japanese art. So it's basically a release from school and stuff.
Okay, the school should have pride about Anime Club because it brings those who don't quite fit in with other people together to have friends that they normally wouldn't. The main goal of Anime Club is to bring people of common interest together to have fun when they normally wouldn't. Anime Club, it's life.
One of the main goals for our lunchtime activities is to try and get as many people involved as possible. It takes about like 3 weeks to plan out an event and get everything organized for it. The purpose for the events are to get as many people involved on campus as possible and to overall enhance the school spirit. The events are planned by the students, for the students. mostly student done, but it's all like approved by Ms. Peterson. Preparing the events is difficult, yeah, because it takes a lot of time and creativity. Yes, I like making these events happen because you get to see a different side of students. We come up with like the ideas for events by probably just like YouTubing what other schools have done and what's been successful there, and seeing what other schools around Fresno Unified have done. We rehearse for events such as dances and rallies, but otherwise that's about it.